Okay, hi, it's me, Mike the Entei. You already know how this works.
Pokemon Scarlet is a brutal game in both difficulty and parental trauma. So when I decided to Nuzlocke it, I had to ask myself a few questions. What the hell's an encounter? When does it run in? Why won't she call me back? So I spin a wheel for encounter.
Okay, so, I guess he's already explaining it, but I would just say, like, spinning a wheel makes sense, yeah. I would say level caps, just go by each of the 18 objectives or whatever. Easy mode, or, not easy, whatever, you know what I mean.
She doesn't call you back because you're pathetic. So after sending Normie Girl off to prep school, I chose Fuecoco as a starter and named it Hybro, since I have this thing where I always name my Pokemon in runs.
Okay, Fuecoco, how do I feel about Fuecoco? I think Fire Ghost is a base typing. I think, Grass Dark is kind of mid because Grass has so many weaknesses, and Dark is weak to a lot of common types as well. You can never go wrong with Fire Ghost. It's a very rare type combo. Fire types are rare in general. Fire types are good. Ghost types are also kind of rare. Ghost types are also good, so probably the best choice.
After recent subscribers, and hey, maybe a Pokemon named after you could die in the next one. And if you ever want to see the journey live, I did this and tons of other challenge runs that you haven't seen yet live on twitch.tv/Alpharad, so feel free to check it out because there's a good chance I'm probably live right now.
Yo, subscribe to me too. Boy! I don't know what to say. I've done too many of these. They're all the same.
And the only way you could possibly lose to this is if she pulled out a gun. Luckily, she didn't, so now it's time to start catching Pokemon. When it comes to Scarlet and Violet, Nuzlocke encounters are a bit tricky as of now, since you can't just blindly walk around given that these are static spawns, so I would just write every local Pokemon's name down, throw on a wheel, and let Lady Luck decide. And look, Lechonk. We named this one Nixie and found a Psyduck and a Gyarados to be on our way towards the first actual Nemona fight of the game. I know I mentioned earlier that you can only lose if she brought a gun, but in this battle, her gun's name is Palmy. I grinded for a bit on anything lower than my starter in the food chain to take out her assault rifle with 2 Swift Embers before making it through another half hour of mashing the A button. With the world finally opened up, I started heading towards the first gym, since we're just ignoring Garvin and Penny this entire run. This is the wheel all checked out.
Wait, is she... Oh, he's... Wait, did I just say... Oh, is he not doing the other storylines? Cringe. You gotta do all the objectives. You gotta do the whole game. The whole game's so good.
See what we got. Not a lot of high value picks here.
Also, because if you do the Rock Titan, you get to move way faster, which is something that I figured out way too late into my Scarlet run.
And I guess we take some...
Like, okay, literally, if you did just a run of Pokemon Scarlet, and I'm just gonna have the video. If you just did like a run of Pokemon Scarlet, like a Nuzlocke, and you just happened to do Cloth, at some point you would just go twice as fast for the second half of the game. Doing the Titans is probably still good in a gyms only Nuzlocke, realistically speaking. If you're trying to go fast, which I guess you wouldn't usually want to do if you're doing a Nuzlocke per se, but oh, he is allowed to terrestrialize. Interesting.
But with the Fire Flying Fletchender on our team, this whole gym becomes possible. Not because of the 4 FPS on Flora on screen, but because of August Terra type is still normal, so I made sure to only spam Flame Charge for the first 2 Pokemon in hopes of outspeeding the slow Tree Rock, but then pull the classic outhouse switcheroo.
Oh, that's clever. Okay. Because normal isn't weak to rock. The one time I didn't pause, I skip over like a bunch of strategy. Of course.
Does this gameplay look like the same person who nearly blundered a guaranteed win on Sabrina? I don't think so. I mean, I hope not. Across the next few routes, I managed to round up some fodder, but most notably a Deerling named X-Filed, a Watchroll named Space Ace, and a seemingly useless Younggoose that I somehow found value in. Given that Iono is not just a phenomenal streamer in her own right, but her team is tough this early in the game. Electric is a hard type to deal with in general, but it's too early in the game to have solid counters, especially for the bullshit that is Electric Levitate Miss Magius. What? I feel so shaky going into this one.
Yeah, so, just to reiterate how terrestrializing works. So, terrestrializing will change your defensive typing and also add a new stab typing to your Pokemon. So, Miss Magius, which is normally Ghost type, terrestrializes into an electric type, a pure electric type in terms of defensive abilities. That means that it's only weak to ground. However, it has the levitate ability, which in fact makes it immune to ground, therefore it has no weaknesses. Much like Electros or any pure electric type with an air balloon, which... And then Miss Magius still has Ghost Stab and Electric Stab, which means she just hits your team very difficultly, very hard, whatever. I can't speak. I just got home.
I know this doesn't sound like you would help me in the Electric Gym, but that doesn't matter because I forgot that there's a Nemona fight here and went in entirely unprepared. This Terra's scary. Oh, he's pulling claws.
Oh yeah, also Nemona has pretty pog teams and will show up before, like, basically every gym. It's kind of funny, but also kind of scary.
It's scary. That could be scary in a different timeline. Let's just, don't miss. Oh, he's pulling claws again. Oh no. If this dude sets up on me, I don't die. It's a +2. times to stab. Oh, something I do absolutely love about
Also, Hermione's big tanky.
Given the multiple storylines. Nuzlocking through the champion path is essentially a glorified boss rush, and I utterly adore it. But when it came to Iono, I didn't really have a solid individual Pokemon for this fight, so I had to get creative. I brought back Nixie in hopes of taking out Iono's Watchel before putting her belly bolt to sleep, while surprisingly taking a good amount of hits along the way. So now it's time for JoJo the Young Goose to just be annoying and spam Sand Attack until he either dies.
Oh yeah, that's something that I would wonder.
Safely switch in. Given that I didn't have the
Would a
chain link of setup, which allowed Bumix to
Nuzlocke,
with blistered sand still stuck in
so during the Team Star raids, your Pokemon can like faint and get tired or whatever. That's like an intended mechanic, so to speak. Like it's intended that they will faint a bunch. But would that count as a Nuzlocke death? I don't know.
Oh no, don't do it, don't do it. Yeah, okay. Knowing that Miss Magia's Hex can't damage X-File, momentum was instantly restored as our loaded dice allowed for multiple bullet seeds to connect until that third gym badge became mine. If you can't tell, team building has become my favorite part about Pokemon, and I was constructing a new team from scratch for every single battle. The water gym isn't really one to be feared, but with a good amount of grass Pokemon in the back, I let my newly evolved Gyarados take the stage before clearing a path for Terrasilice and Flora, who just spammed the grass move and won. It's really funny comparing how much time I spent hyping up that last fight, and then there's this one, but hey, not all of these battles are going to be interesting. Some of them are just clean wins in the bag, and if you've been counting at home, our total number of deaths so far is 0. Absolutely none. Things have gone genuinely phenomenal.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty well so far. The water gym was actually a struggle for me in my Sprigatito run because so many of his guys had ice moves, but if you can just outspeed and win, you're good.
With a bit more pressure added upon my shoulders, an old version of me would say that's time to fight Larry, but this new version of me would say that it's time to prepare for Larry. In searching for new encounters, I have to run into a gap.
Wait. Revolutionary Etude is playing. I just remember it from DDR.
Into a Haunter, and since my good friend Virus was in chat, he decided to trade with me so we could evolve into a Gengar together. Yeah, I can trade. Okay, Virus, I'm gonna DM you a code. So like the main reason I had to trade with a friend was because I'm too scared about trading the Haunter to a random person, because I think trading Haunter is the ultimate test of morality. It's like the true shopping cart test, right? Like, who knows if they're gonna send it back? And I don't trust anybody in chat. We're waiting for the other person's decision.
Wait, how does this work? Oh, he's trading a Haunter with someone else and then getting the Haunter traded back. Okay. I thought he was gonna, like, try to trade a Haunter for another Haunter with a Wonder Trade or something. Which, I mean...
Okay. I'm getting worried. No, he did not just say thanks for the Gengar. And after some unnecessary negotiation on my part, I recovered Soda Fritz the Gengar and captured a Cyclizar to round out the team against the
okay, Cyclizar, didn't mean to do that. Cyclizar is literally like an Uber's Pokemon. LMAO. I don't remember when you get Eviolite in this game, but actually I think you can get it at the shop. Oh no, I'm thinking of the Everstone. Cyclizar is godlike. It's so good. It has so much recovery. It has Shed Tail. It just switches out. It has like recover. It's so good. It doesn't have recover. It's regeneration.
Knowing that Kamala was going to open with Yawn, I began prepping with Bulk Up, knowing that my held Lumberry would wake me up. I had a bit of a misplay here, forgetting that this would guarantee another Yawn, but I decided to adapt and just spam Bulk Up a couple more times until I fell asleep, only to wake up with a devastating Force Palm with enough for Dunsparce 2. I recognized my +4 Force Palm was enough to strike down a flightless Staraptor, but here's the thing. I know I had beefy defense, but
Staraptor is faster and it's gonna Brave Bird you to death or Facade or something.
Voice deep in my head asking, am I truly playing around the crit? No. So I swapped out to Gyarados, knowing that his Intimidate would drop the Facade Cannon's attack, only to swap in Gengar, who's completely immune to the very same thing, and I think you see where this is going. Yep, the lamest strat known to man. Stalling. Well, I guess it's a bit cooler than that since I'm actively lowering Larry's attack, but trust me, my chat was furious. So to finish the job, I swapped in the Facade Immune and freshly evolved Skeledirge to rob the people's
nice.
of altering my active death count, which in case you're wondering, still remains at 0. However, we are
honestly based.
Swing immediately after Larry and I parted ways. She threw out Rock Dog against my Rock Dog Smasher and followed up with a Goomy, weak to Ice Fangs, and as you'd expect, no, we did not keep the Gyarados out against the Electric Rodent. But we did Shed Tail to safety while a weapon of mass destruction named Skeledirge spammed Torch Song and cleaned up the rest of the battle. I think the past 2 fights have
see,
that, sure, you can have these super
Fire Ghost is such a broken type.
Sometimes just spam the strong move that probably kills. After grinding a bit and fully evolving our team, I trekked up the mountain filled with various encounters, all before engaging in the series of double battles right outside the 6th gym. Normally, I just go in with the previous team I had, but instead, I studied for this gym. Like a nerd, sought out my best options and curated a team handcrafted by the gods for a gym made of ghosts. In the first battle, I used Mammal.
Oh yeah, this gym is double battles, which is usually tough. I don't know what's he gonna do for this.
And for the second battle, I pretty much just did the exact same thing, as if the first battle was a mere rehearsal. Our game plan didn't really change until Moist Critical decided to throw out a Drifloon who planned on going boom, which was the perfect time for our team to utilize a double protect strategy before double teaming his remaining Sableye. So with Rhyme taking the stage and reminding us that this game does not
I just realized that it's MC Sledge, like a sledgehammer.
voice acting, we get a brief moment to reanalyze the order of our team before immediately running it back with the exact same strategy, since why fix what's not broken? I utilized this dark powerhouse by intentionally killing off Rhyme's team one by one so her ace would come out alone. Knowing that the spooky Toxtricity was wanting to disrupt the flying water snake, I knew it probably wouldn't even get a chance to hit, but in hopes of protecting the team, I threw in Cyclosaur as a decoy, but Mobosniff made Toxtricity sleep with the fishes with a single blow. But
Wait,
at
just
least
a one-shotted by Crunch?
At least I was playing safe. What?
Wow.
Switching was unnecessary, but I wanted to be safe instead of playing with an unnecessary risk. What is happening to me? I am in the middle of a deathless run on accident, but I am too far down this Poketuber tunnel to the point of becoming risk averse.
Yeah, welcome to becoming good at Pokemon. See, this is the thing, right? Once you start becoming good at Nuzlocking, they become boring. That's why I stopped doing them. Because you have to either just do super easy runs all the time, or you will just start doing runs that require a calculator every minute.
No, this can't be happening. That's like my fate. Where is the loyalty to the bid? Did I become everything I sought out to destroy? You either die a hero or see yourself become the villain, and with the decorated path behind me, rising from the ashes for my own mistakes like a phoenix. Oh God. I'm not the underdog anymore. I'm supposed to win. I'm not overcoming anything. In fact, I'm just beating a game made for children with an arbitrary set of rules.
Exactly. See, this is why Nuzlocks are bad. Like, I'm half kidding, but seriously, you know?
By the time I made it to the 7th gym, Nimona wanted to test my resolve. Oh, we used Rock Slide. Oh, and we take Rock Slide. Oh, that's a problem now. She foiled my plan A opening with a Rock Slide flinch, and God, I know I'm trying to quit, but just one quick damage cal couldn't hurt, right? I safely swapped out into plan B safely by the
Crit would have killed, yeah.
Damage Earthquake before going back to Gyarados, only be struck down by a critical hit on the way in. Well, hey, at least I was playing around the crit range, right? Who am I? So then I pulled out my prepared plan C, because apparently I think that far ahead now. Hariyama bolts up to take out Sliggoo as we switch in Pupitar again for the Palma and Skeletor for Meowth. I mean, Delta the Pupitar and Hyper the Skeletors. These are creatures with names, and I'm only treating them like weapons of self-fulfillment. So with the final Nimona fight of this run concluding, it was time to visit the psychic.
I literally didn't even realize that he had named his Pokemon until now.
A much-needed therapy session. Which one is it? Don't care. Got it. Nailed it. Tulip was a strong player, but I knew the limitations of my Gyarados. I mean, of Walnut the Gyarados.
Also, yeah, I know I've said this before, but some of the gym challenges are kind of cringe.
Limitations really well, so I set up with Dragon Dance across multiple turns before sweeping her entire team by spamming either Crunch or Waterfall. With 7 gym badges in hand, all we needed was one more, and the strategy could not be more simple. I slapped a Choice Scarf on the starter and tactfully selected Torch Song against each and every Ice Pokemon that just sent my way. See,
pretty much.
Scarf locks us into only being able to use one move, but he raises our speed past their entire team while Torch Song buffs the special attack after each.
Yes.
I know it seems easy, but that's what makes it brilliant. I know even that idiot from my first one could have been able to solve this, but sometimes it takes a genius to appreciate the most simple of options. I mean, hey, this is my first attempt at a Pokemon Scarlet Violet Nuzlocke, and not only am I thriving, I am about to roll up to the Elite Four.
Yeah, see, so this is the thing, right? Like, to be fair, as someone that has done a basically deathless Nuzlocke of Pokemon X, where I wasn't allowed to use any wild Pokemon, a lot of my strats basically involved either setup sweeping or just like straight up sweeping. Like, I remember specifically, I think it was one of the Lysander fights, I had a Delphox that would just Calm Mind to +6/+6, and then just destroy his entire team. And honestly, it felt good to basically calc out that was a guaranteed win. That took like 30 attempts, by the way. Also, my internet is not working. That's fun. Okay, we're back. This isn't even being recorded live. It's on my computer. Whatever. Back to the video.
Entirely deathless.
My point is, you can appreciate flawless strategies in the sense of the effort it took to create those strategies, not just in how those strategies play out during the game.
A bit more. I'm going to do everything in my power to conquer the champion without a single death in the entire run. Not only to prove my prowess as a Nuzlocker, but to demonstrate the growth from simple mistakes and complicated solutions to exploiting complicated mistakes with simple solutions. I know that this isn't what I planned on ever becoming, but maybe it's time to face the music. It might not be so bad on top. So in preparation for the end, I trekked around the world finding my final encounters for the run and developed a perfect team for everything ahead of me. All that's left is to turn this theory into reality.
Ready to refresh your style?
Yo, let's refresh our style, though.
Colors you like?
Starting with Rika. Her Whiskash was a victim of Gyarados' flinching waterfall before doubling down as she sent out her sturdy Donphan. Knowing that I had a Stone Edge coming my way, I quickly activated Terrestrialization as a defensive maneuver to tank the hit while retaliating with another waterfall. And another. And another. And since this creature has water absorb...
Wait. It outsped the Gyarados? Does this not have Dragon Dance? Could it not have Dragon Dance to set up?
The rest of her team with just 2 Ice Fangs with Gyarados barely surviving.
Or does that not exist in this game anymore or something?
Alrighty then. Let's go for round 2. Oh, that was close. But hey, that's a win, isn't it? Enter Poppy. Steel-type Pokemon can typically be frightening, but little Poppy had no idea what genuine heat the Skeledirge would have coming their way, as I utilized the exact same strategy as fighting Grusha and swept Poppy with the utmost of ease. Of course, next comes Larry, and despite my entire chat rooting against me, I sent out my new Cloyster and opened with a Shell Smash to buff all the stats that matter, before sweeping every single bird in my path with a guaranteed 5-hit Icicle Spear thanks to the fortunate ability of Skilling. With one final dragon-wielding Elite Four member in my path, I just did the exact same thing and swept his entire—
Yeah, so Skill Leak is an ability that Cloyster can have. I think it's the hidden ability, actually, which you can switch abilities to hidden abilities freely in this game, I think, which is very fun. Moves like Icicle Spear, which are like 25 base power, but they can hit from 2 to 5 times, will always hit 5 times. So guaranteeing 125 base power move on a Pokemon with doubled speed and double attack, you're going to be killing all the flying types and especially dragon types.
routine. Yeah, sure, Cloyster was on the brink of death, but I ran the calculations in my head and knew that we were never actually in
Yeah,
any real danger.
exactly.
With only one
That's the
fighter
fun
left in front
part.
of us in this accidentally deathless run, I knew I was one fight away from ending it all. All of the doubt that people have—
Wait, technically two, though. Wait, is he gonna... He better do the Nimona fight.
And laugh. And all these other creators who took 4 attempts to beat the game deathless, I was about to prove everyone wrong with one final battle. So can I beat the champion of Paldea without losing one single Pokemon? After my military named Gyarados knocked out champion Gita's Espathra, she swiftly sent in Kingambit. In any other run, I would sacrifice Gyarados here as this is the last battle and all, but in order to protect the deathless run, I decided to swap in Cyclozar to take the hit. But my plans of safely swapping with Shettail came to an—
Oh no, is he gonna close combat?
an incredibly crucial
Ooh, he's
critical
stone
hit.
edging.
Oh, the crit. I can't Shettail now. That crit ruined my whole plan. Oh, I should have just set up. Okay, time to move to plan B. After running a couple calcs, I took a hefty amount of damage, but still hung on enough to fight back with a Terrasalized Flamethrower in order to incinerate her Iron Grim Reaper. Next up was Alpharad, who could have easily fallen victim to Skeledirge, but given that this was the perfect and deathless run, I had to protect him and baited out an Earthquake as I swapped to an immune Talonflame. But now what? I just replaced a special attacker with the physical attacker against a physically defensive tank. In hopes of keeping this deathless run alive, I have accidentally put my own back against the wall. So maybe it's time to let go of this deathless dream and instead face the music. God, dude.
No. Go for the... No! Should've went for the bit.
That he could have already cleaned up many turns ago, but that's
You either die a hero or live long enough to do vanilla Nuzlocke runs.
not what happened, is it? Instead, we now have to swap in this Cyclozar, who turns out the Psychic Fish before the Pokemon that I never thought would see battle came out on the field and finish off both Veluza and Go-Go. Now, with newfound blood on my hands, all I had to do was defeat Gita's final Pokemon. And our Jumpluff's dying breath. It took half of Glamora's health, but sadly was not enough. But when it came to Gyarados, he just wasn't fast enough, and just like that, half my team is now fallen. This can't be how it ends. An otherwise perfect run ruined by just a few simple mistakes. Cyclozar got
Wait,
one last hit,
don't tell me he's going to lose.
then bit the dust.
There are only 2 minutes left in the video.
Wait. Never punished. Never punished.
Alright, you know what? Never mind. I like Nuzlocks again. They're very funny. Wait. Oh my god.
And that was the cruelest emotional roller coaster I have ever experienced. If
Wow.
only I didn't attack the Cyclozar, if only I didn't make those bad switches, if only I didn't have to send out our beloved Skeledirge named Pyro, maybe we had a shot.
Wow.
And that's how I lost my first Pokemon Scarlet Nuzlocke, a seemingly deathless run that resulted in potentially the biggest heartbreak of any run I've ever attempted. But the story might have a happy ending after all, because I did it all over again.
Wait.
Every run before this one.
Oh my
some attempt
gosh.
of an intentionally deathless run. I didn't trust the calculations. I didn't trust the numbers. I didn't trust anyone besides my own questionable instincts. And when I finally made my way back to Gita, I simply turned my brain off and sent out the second coming of Pyro the Skeledirge, who spammed a singular move and swept her.
Oh, you're kidding me. Is that really?
That simple, which, if you ask me, makes it feel kind of worse.
Yeah, see, sometimes the best strategies are the simplest ones.
Than it is to win by being smart.
Alrighty, what a funny twist ending. This makes you want to play Scarlet again. I don't know if I do a Nuzlocke or something, but I want to play Scarlet again.